put your E36s down, put your E46s down. This is the new cheap car to own. We're coming to the end of 2025. It's nearly 2026. It's nearly Christmas, for crying out loud. And I'm trying to find out if the E90 3 Series is one of the best bang for buck you can buy today. This is a BMW E90 330i M Sport manual. 6-speed manual to be precise, and it's absolutely fantastic. Yes, I know what you're thinking. Ugly. They look disgusting. They look horrible. The LCI grills look better. The pre-facelift look rubbish. They've got these shiny things on the bonnet. Yeah, it doesn't look the best. But I think personally, it's aging quite well. Yes, my shadow's ruining the shot right now. Yes, I'm gonna have to move the camera. But let's just take in this ugly, beautiful machine that you can buy so cheap these days. So cheap. Now, this particular example was born in 2005, and yeah, like I said, not the best looking thing, but silver, they all look quite clean. This particular example, as you can see, is rust-free. Now, the E90 came after the E46. The E46 was a great car. I love them things, especially the 330i E46s, especially the Tourings. They're absolutely beautiful cars. And I think this kind of got the bad end of the stick when it came out, and people didn't really like them at all. In fact, I remember me saying I would never ever buy one of these cars, and here we are today. I own this one, and this is my daily car. It's a 330. That's pretty much the only reason I got it. It's the 330. It's the N52. It's the pre-facelift engine, and it is really, really reliable, and this hasn't even done 100,000 miles. And for that mileage, what you see is what you get. It's a clean car, no knocks and bangs. It drives absolutely fantastic. We'll take it for a drive in a minute. But for now, let's just walk you around it, show you the interior, and show you how good these things are for the price, which is incredible. In my opinion, it's incredible. I'll tell you the price very shortly. This particular example, obviously it's the pre-LCI. It's not the desired colour, but silver always looks quite clean, even though it's very dirty right now. I've not cleaned this thing in weeks. It's got a little bit of damage. I don't know if you can see that on the camera. It's got a little bit of a few scratches and dings in the boot lid, but you can buy them for 50 quid. So I'll just replace that. As you can see, the rear lights, they're not the nicest looking things, but I think with the silver paint, this bit doesn't stand out as much. The white kind of blends in, and I think on silver cars, the rear lights look quite nice. I were always a fan of the LCI lights, but I haven't got the luxury of that, so I'm gonna make do with these, and I'm not gonna do a swap. You can swap them, you can swap the boot lid and the lights. I don't think it's worth it. I'd rather have an OEM pre-LCI car. The boot space in these is absolutely fantastic. You can fit about 50,000 million bags of shopping in there, so it's perfect to tool around town and get you shopping with your wife and your kids, actually, get them in the back. This particular example came with the 18 MV3 wheels, which look really good. These wheels are my favourite wheels on the E9X platform. This particular car actually comes with a cloth interior, which is questionable at first. It's not got heated seats. To be fair, it's really comfy and it's not worn whatsoever. There's no rips in there. It's really comfy. They're a bit, I'd say they're a bit more solid than the leather seats, so they're not quite as cushiony. It's got electric bolsters, so you can simply just wind yourself in, turn it into a little bucket seat, and off you go. Race car. You've got your aircon, it's ice cold. I've installed a later shifter because I just like the feel of that knob, no pun intended there. I like the feel of that knob. I'll probably actually take that onto the next car I buy because I cannot buy the £70 the knob. It's got cruise control, it's got auto lights, and yeah, it's an M Sport. Now the 3 Series is not a big car. Dare I say, I'd probably go for one of these over the 5 Series. I know 535Ds, absolutely rapid, 530Ds, absolutely bulletproof M57s, but these, you can turn these into little race cars and family cars, and they'll pretty much do anything you want them to do, especially with this under the bonnet. The N52, the later version of God's Motor, which was the M54, questionably also the M57. The M54 was a brilliant engine, but these are also brilliant. I think this is just as smooth, just as nice, just as reliable. They go for 250,000 miles. You can look after them well. They're probably doing more than 250,000 miles. And it's so smooth, super smooth. As long as you look after them and service them, they do really well. 255 brake horsepower, so it's more than the M54 in the E46. And plenty more torque. And yeah, it's a heavier car, albeit it is a heavier car. So it doesn't feel the fastest in the world, but the torque low down is phenomenal and it pulls right through the rev range. Now the LCI version of this, I believe that's around 272 brake. Now they feel something rapid, but they also have injector issues and other issues, and these touch wood, seem to be a lot more reliable. Yeah, they're a bit slower, but yeah, they're a lot more reliable. Perfect for a 2025 daily whip. Let's take this puppy for a drive. I know. It were a one-wheel tyre fire. I know. But weld the diff and it can be a skid car. It can be a family, skid car, race car, track car. It can be an anything car. LSD will be perfect for this, but they're probably quite pricey. Bloody hell's a car on its roof. Forget your E46s. Forget your E36s. I know the kids love them these days. Now's the chance to own a cheap 330 3-litre straight 6 petrol manual for just a fraction of the price of an E46 or an E36, because they're ridiculous prices now. I bought this car for £1,600. That's £1,600 for quite a low mile straight 6 3-litre petrol manual 3 Series. In this day and age, that is incredible value for money. You cannot beat, I don't think you can beat that. I challenge you to beat that. Tell me what you've got for cheaper than that. The E90 is underrated and it's still cheap. You can still pick them up cheap, and that's what you want. You don't need to finance a car and go spend 300 quid a month on a car, on a 116 new BMW or a 120 or a 320. Just get yourself an old 330. You don't go in loads of debt. You just pay one lump sum and it'll last forever. As long as you've got low mileage and it's got a good service, it'll do you for many, many years to come. I'm going to keep this daily. Yeah, there are a few problems with the E9X series. There's not much that can go wrong with these engines specifically, but the subframes do like to rust a little bit. This has got some surface rust. I need to give it a rub down, yeah, but it's a cheap car. Also, the rear end round the bends, it is a little bit vague. I don't know if it needs new shockers. I imagine it does need new rear shockers, but also the rear arms and ball joints, they're another thing that go on this platform and they tend to wear quite fast. So I could do with getting the rear end tightened up. But once that's tightened up, every single thing on this car works. It's really smooth. It drives so nice. Once the rear end's sorted out, this would be, in my opinion, a perfect 3 Series. And I'm not a big fan of the E90s, the look of the E90s, but I still think it's a perfect 3 Series. Drivability is crazy. You've got your, like I said, you've got your space in the back for your kids. If you've got kids, you can set the family out. It literally does everything. Now, I am a sucker for an E36, as you've seen in my previous videos, and I've just sold mine to keep this. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I've just sold the E36 to keep the E90, and that's just because this has got more power, I'm not gonna lie to you. We're a 325i M50, it were around 200 brake. This is a lot faster, it's a little more fun. The steering's a lot nicer because the E36, obviously, the steering racks are a bit longer. And it's just a nicer car to drive in daily. Yeah, I love the E36, don't get me wrong, but I got in this every morning to work and I thought, I'd rather drive this to work than a slam to the floor E36. Yeah, they're a lot cooler. E36s are getting very expensive now and they're very cool cars. But these, for the price of this and the price of an E36, if you want to skid a car, just weld the diff up in one of these. It's a lot cheaper and it does more miles to gallon and it's got more power. So if you want to build an E36 track car, just build one of these track cars. E90 track car, what is wrong with having an E90 track car? They're amazing. I actually just got that into E36 and talking about this car that I went the total wrong way and now I've gone the opposite direction to where I should be going. I've got an appointment in 10 minutes. Oh no. The miles per gallon, yeah, I'm not going to lie to you, they're not the best. This is currently sat at 28.5, but I do a lot of short trips. I don't do many long journeys, and if you sit on the motorway with cruise control on, it'll happily do pretty much 40 miles to the gallon, so I can't really complain at that. All round, it's just a great car, and yeah, I think people should really consider snapping them up now while they can, especially the bigger engined ones, because they're only going to go up, and I think the E90 is finally coming into fashion. So yeah, put your E46s down, put your E36s down. You don't need to spend 10 grand on one of them. get yourself an E90, because these are going to be the next in line. And 2026, I reckon it's going to be a big year for these. So if you get one now, you might even be able to sell it at a profit when you get bored of it in 2026, 2027, and you might just cash in, especially if you get the manual 3 litre, because they're the sought after models. Anyway, thanks for watching. This has been a new experience for me, a new video. I filmed this myself. I don't know how it's going to turn out. Please like, subscribe, because it helps a lot. I'm just starting back on YouTube. I've had quite a break. So let's get these videos rolling out, and I've got some special stuff coming up because I bought a Porsche. So that's going to be on the channel soon, and I'm going to make a really good video out of that. And yeah, we'll have a laugh. We'll make these videos and have a laugh. Like, subscribe. Thank you very much. Peace out. See you in the next one.